Greetings, Instagram world and beyond. It is your shitty cousin, Big Mooch, the classy Hoosier, whatever you want to call me. And today we are talking Marine Corps boot camp. And you want to leave your little highway exit of a town because the car wash isn't paying you enough. And, you need to make that change. You're hanging out with a bunch of, doing a bunch of nefarious activities, and you need to get that swift kick in the ass. And we're going to keep it to boot camp. We're not going to talk about scumbag before, scumbag afterwards, because we'd be here all day. Anyway, so the recruiter takes you downtown. You got your, you got your ASVAB taken care of. You've got, your, I guess, urinalysis. You got your basic stuff out of the way. You've kind of sworn in. And then they take you to the hotel in St. Louis. That's where I'm from. And there's some other branches of the service that are paired up with you, other recruits from different branches of the service. And there's Southern Illinois people. So west of the Mississippi, you will go to Camp Pendleton, California, to include Southern California people because St. Louis is a hub and they can, travel us quicker. So you get on the Metrolink. I brought up my buddy Sproul in a different video, and you take that in the morning to the airport. You fly to San Diego, and you start off at MCRD San Diego in California. So from there, you're in a receiving type atmosphere. You're getting your general issue. You're getting your, those sea bags, those green sea bags full of your uniforms and stuff. I was issued tricolors, camouflage utilities. So you're in tricolor camouflage utilities after, you forfeit your Sixers jersey and your freaking hat. And you're in tricolors like it was February. So you're in an inside out Marine Corps sweatshirt. You got your cover, you got your tricolor cover, and you're in a pair of tennis shoes to signify that you are like a phase 1 recruit. So you fill out some paperwork. They had this thing called the Moment of Truth, and I don't even know really what it was for. Like, hey, you need to tell us what you did or we're going to find out about it. And I had no clue what that was even about. I thought they knew everything about me anyway. So you go for like a week in these barracks that are like a receiving barracks, and you just are cleaning, you're getting your paperwork out of the way. You take a piss test when you are in that receiving, from what I remember, and you're marched to and from the chow hall, and you're basically waiting for your initial strength test that comes at the end of the week on Friday morning. So I got a story about that. So people are wigging out about the piss test. They're drinking a bunch of water by the bathroom and stuff like that. I don't even really remember anybody getting sent home for the piss test or the moment of truth. And you're kind of in one of these rooms at certain times, and you're filling out paperwork, checking the box, getting your eyes checked, getting your freaking teeth checked, whatever. It's a week of just checking you out to see if you're, able to perform in this capacity or whatever. So the IST is on Friday. The initial strength test is on Friday, and you have to do 2 pull-ups. You got to finish a 1.5 miles in under a certain time and do 50 crunches in a certain amount of time. So we're getting ready to go and go to step off. Pull-ups is the first thing they had me doing. So I get up, mount the bar. 1. 1, because I didn't go all the way down. This dude freaking, all you had to do was 2, and 2 of which he didn't count. If the roles were reversed, I would have let the dude slide and been like, okay, go ahead. So I, in turn, get sent to PCP, which is called Pork Chop Platoon. It's physical custody platoon or something like that. And it is the most demoralizing place in the world. I'm telling you, they've got like people that are trying to fail the IST because they don't want to be in the Marine Corps anymore. So you got dudes in there that have been there like 9 months. They're freaking, we call them salty cammies, when they're sun beaten utilities, and there are dudes that like have not made it past this phase. So I have to be in there for 2 weeks because there's like a bye week on the platoon pickup. So it sucks. I passed the thing the next week with 5 pull-ups, and I have to sit in there with these total scumbags. These are like the dregs of the world. Marine Corps is already bad enough. It's got a bunch of scumbags like me in there. Talk about like people that don't even want to like go beyond the check-in process and failing on purpose. Like, I figured you would get it done first. I remember a guy was there for like 9 months and failing it on purpose, most likely. So pick up with the platoon. You do this thing called Black Friday. Pass the IST after 2 weeks of lack of morale. It sucked. It was just around a bunch of scumbags. For 2 weeks in that freaking PCP, I wasn't on any dietary restrictions or anything. It's just, you're in there with like people that don't want to be there. Pick up 2 weeks later. Pass the IST, 5 pull-ups, yada yada, no problems. I freaking needed 2 extra weeks of motivation. So pick up Black Friday. They introduce you to your drill instructors, and they come out and they're yelling at you. You're on the freaking quarter deck is what they call it. That's like kind of like the little lobby area in front of the barracks, and that's where they go do incentive training, where it's like not hazing. They're making you do push-ups, jumping jacks, deck towel, do all this crazy stuff while there's downtime. So they're just like slaying you at times. So Black Friday comes around, you get yelled at by your drill instructors. They're yada, yada, yada. So for that first phase, you're basically learning like practical aptitude. They call it pract. You're learning about, the Marine Corps history. You're learning about like these wars and these conflicts and stuff. And then you're learning about the M16, and you're doing a bunch of drill. And drill sucks. You got a bunch of people around here. Why ain't like North Korea? All we see is these big military parades from North Korea. Tell me we are not like them when we after sitting on a drill field for 4 hours straight and being like, are we done yet? Can we go home? Anyway, that was kind of a, I guess, stupid comparison. I don't know what to say, but we ain't like them, but yet everybody loves it when they see people marching here. So you're doing that, you're learning your prac, you're getting your shots, you're getting your vaccines, and get your COVID vaccine, by the way, because if you went through Marine Corps boot camp and you got a bunch of different shots, what the fuck's the difference between getting that and the COVID vaccine? Vaccinated over here. So we're in that first, people are getting their wisdom teeth pulled, and I remember this dude Wilkes. He was our drill hat, short white dude, firecracker. And then there was another dude, and I forget his name. So people get their wisdom teeth pulled in that first phase. You go to dental, yada, yada. I had my wisdom teeth pulled before then, and you get like 3 days of bed rest. So Wilkes and this other dude, two like I'm just describing them, 2 white drill instructors. Wilkes was a little white dude, and the other dude was kind of like more, he was like bigger and just looked like a machine, yada yada, and he was a jerk himself. And I'm gonna get further into that story. So there's a nerdy dude that gets his wisdom teeth pulled in the barracks, and I don't really remember him being like a problem or like an issue. I think they just found like somebody to mess with, and they continued to mess with them. Like, I don't remember the dude making us do a bunch of pull-ups or push-ups because he stole something or spit or something like that. And so this dude, and I think I kind of remember this at night. This is going on 20 years ago. Freaking, we get secured for, I guess, evening sleep time. Say goodnight to Chesty, yada, yada. I was the fool. I was always clowning in there. I was like the class clown. They kind of liked me freaking, bringing some light. I was clowning in there. So Wilkes, the shorter drill head, I think that's his name, grabs this kid by the mouth like this after he got his wisdom teeth pulled, and obviously squished his face. This kid goes to medical or to the dentist for the follow-up appointment, and they find out like all of his stitches are jacked up, and they're like, hey, what happened to you, man? He's like, the drill instructor grabbed me by the face. Freaking, I'm saying not like 2 days later, Wilkes and that other dude are gone. And we have 2 new Hispanic drill instructors who were actually pretty cool. They were like nice and like not nice for a drill instructor. They weren't like out there doing that type of shit. Wilkes gets sent to like the company office. I seen him in 3rd phase, and he is like running around with paperwork and stuff. I guess he's getting like court-martialed or NJP'd for grabbing that kid by the face. The other dude gets sent to another platoon within our same company. So like they kicked him out of our platoon. I guess he was abusing people too. I'll get to that. So 1st phase is we get new drill instructors because of the assault. And we're moving on to 2nd phase, which is up north in Camp Pendleton, California. There's Garrison in freaking San Diego where you're doing a lot of drill. You're taking care of your uniform and stuff like that. You get sent to Camp Pendleton in 2nd phase. 2nd phase is like the camping aspect of it. It's like, oh, and you will get sick as a dog in 1st phase. I'm talking, it's got to be laryngitis, bronchitis, something like that, because you are coughing up green. It's from all the germs from being in different parts of the country. You are coughing up green. You are coughing up chunks. It's respiratory. They call it the recruit crud. The drill instructors get it all the time, and it is not, you don't get to be laid up or anything like that. You still got to keep going with all that gunk in your system. So that was around the 1st month. Take you on buses up north. This is where you start, shooting the M16 A2 service rifle. You go to the rifle range up there. You go to the freaking You go to the gas chamber up there, and freaking I got a story about the gas chamber because I thought that was one of the more funny things in boot camp, because I put my mask back on when he was like, we were supposed to have him off, and one of them like NVC guys, the gas dudes, took my mask off and threw it across the room. So I had to like sitting there for like 3 minutes without the mask on. And then when you're getting like filed out of there, people have snot, drool. Like it is funny to see these people's reaction because it got me too. So I mean, you're right there with everybody. But that was pretty comical. You go to that, you go to the rifle range, you do the crucible for like that 2nd month, and the crucible is like 72 hours, you don't get much food, you're staying in a hooch, and then you gotta climb this thing, ankle breaker, and then they give you your Eagle Globe and anchor. You're pretty much a Marine. You just gotta float for that like last month. A lot of downtime, a lot of freaking slaying you, hazing you outside and stuff like that, and it's kind of like the dogs are off because they're not in downtown San Diego anymore. So there's like a live fire up there. And that dude, that drill instructor that got kicked out of our platoon, who picked up with another platoon within our company, he didn't get like, serious charges or anything. He just had to like switch platoons. Saying, I'm on the live fire, and this motherfucker, and if I see you, it's not going to be love. I probably will never see you again, and I know this is a public thing, and you got to stay, but it's not going to be love. We'll just put it that way. This dude got the rifle down. This dude comes up and toe balls the side of my right foot. And I'm saying I feel it today. It's almost like as if you're stepping on something every day. So I went and told the drill instructor, I ballsed up and was like, hey, freaking this dude, I would have much rather been hit in the face, sir, than freaking kicked in the foot. And apparently that dude went and ran and like went nuts and started yelling at the dude for kicking me. So there's that type of stuff. So you're in a situation where it's just like, you got some narcissistic people in there, and they're just finally in charge of like yelling at people and stuff like that, and they're gonna take a shot at you. I had a live freaking weapon. I could have ended this dude's life if my reaction was any different. Anyway, so I continue on. You finish the crucible, you get the EGA, you come down, you get a warrior's breakfast. And it's like a big meal. You finally get to eat after this 72 hours of like training in the hills of Camp Pendleton, California, San Diego County. The end of it is they're just kind of polishing you up. You're doing like a final drill. You bust back down after the crucible, and you freaking you're doing like downtime. You're squaring away your uniforms. You take the practical aptitude test at the end, and by then I was the clown. They made me do first watch front post. And it was because of the fact that the other drill instructors would come in to BS with the other drill instructors in like the drill instructor's duty hut. And I'd be sitting there like freaking, I guess, Gomer Pyle, like, hey, 52 rifles on deck, 52 recruits, what fuel? What fuel? And they'd be like shaking their stuff in front of me and yada, yada. Well, one day we had practical aptitude the next morning. And I was getting fed up with missing an hour of sleep just to be a comedian. But sometimes you have to do that, to make people happy and stuff. So I was like pissed off. And drill instructor Sergeant Jordan, I saw this dude later in life, good dude. As I talked down on everybody else, I saw him at our chow hall in the 22 area. Said, what's up? It was love. Freaking, he's like, what's your bitch, Few? What is your bitch? And I told him my brain does not function properly without the allotted time of sleep due to us having practical aptitude in the morning. You want me to fail this test with all the Marine Corps knowledge and stuff like that? And that dude just pulled his hat down and started laughing, ordered everybody into the head, and then they freaking found somebody else to take the spot that was laughing about the situation. So respect to drill instructor Staff Sergeant Jordan, because he knew that I was getting the short end of the stick just for clowning the whole time. So you graduate, you do like a final kind of big run, a motivational run. I had pink eye. They're all giving me shit about having pink eye because I think couple other dudes had pink eye in there. And freaking, you're off to your next duty station and you're on like 10 days of leave, which I didn't need 10 days of leave. I should have stayed my ass checking in somewhere else because I don't really want to come back here. But we all make decisions. We all end up where we end up. But, yeah, Marine Corps boot camp, you'll get sick as a dog. And if you are abused or something like that, be sure to tell somebody. And I'm talking abused like cracked in the foot on live fire, or not just because somebody made you do push-ups or something like that, or deck towel the whole place. But, yeah, you don't eat much. There it is. I guess that's like some of my boot camp story. I don't know. It's been 20 years. There's a lot of cobwebs and damage that has been done in 20 years. Anyway, peace.